Hello, my name is Petrov, engineer in UniPOS. In the previous presentation we discussed the FS4000 conventional panel. Now we will proceed to the UniPOS 5100 and 5200 conventional panels. The basic difference between the two types of UniPOS conventional solutions. Then we will proceed with practical demonstration of the 5100 and 5200 panels. As commented in the previous class, the FS4000 panel is cost-effective solution, while the 5100 and 5200 panels are professional solution from point of view of modularity and functionality. The basic idea of the modularity of these panels is that you can expand the basic configuration of the panels with additional modules for expanding the number of the zones, number of the outputs of the panel, also making possible these panels to operate in network. The functionality of the panel is controlled from the display of the 5100 or display of the 5200 panel, where you can set the parameter per each zone. Certified on EN54 Part 2 and Part 4, and based on the display of the panel, it is used for text messages for fire and fault events, but also you have setup menu for programming per zone, also logical enter zones, set up the current level of each zone, response level for fire, response level for fault, and response level for short circuit. All these faults are monitored on the conventional lines and on the monitor outputs, and they are auto-recovery, which means that when the fault disappears, the fault message on the panel auto-recover. Each zone you have recognition of manual call point or automatic detector. For the outputs, you can program in flexible way. Each zone can activate different set of outputs. Also you have day and night mode of operation. In night mode, the delay on the outputs activation is skipped automatically. And you have test mode and disable mode for each of the zones, or disable monitor outputs. Because of the display and the built-in real-time clock, you have event log for each of the panels, and also with additional communication port you can interface the panel to the UniPOS repeater 5200R, RS485 for connection with the repeater, and RS232 for connection with the PC for panel programming, and also with the RS232 interface you can monitor the panel through the graphical interface, through the graphical monitoring software Intellect. So the FS4000 discussed in the previous class is without display, and on this slide we will comment the differences between the 5100 and 5200 display. This one is one row 40 symbols, and here we have 4 rows 20 symbols display. On this display with text messages on the 5200 are shown the fire and fault events on each zone, while in the 5100 you have LED indication for fire for each of the 8 zones. Also with text label you can name each of the zones of the 5100 panel, while the text messages for the zones, the name of the zones on the 5200 is shown on the display, on the 4-row display with text message. The test mode of the zones and the event log are functionality is used for maintenance application of the panels. All these functionalities are available in both type of the panels. About the double knock and triple knock activation, here you can see a time diagram for activation on fire per zone. On the bottom side is the fire event, the automatic fire detector, and on the top is the voltage on the fire line. You can see that on first activation of the detector, the voltage on the fire line drops to reset the detector, and then in 60 seconds, if there is second activation, then the panel detects fire. With triple activation, we have two activations of the detector which are reset for 5 seconds. First reset 5 seconds, then the voltage appears again. On second activation of the detector, we have second reset for 5 seconds. And if in period of 60 seconds we have third activation of the detector, then the panel shows fire on that zone. If you need to additionally improve the reliability of your panel for certain zones, then you can make logical link between two zones protecting the same area. In this way, you have not only the double knock activation per zone level, but you also have logical link between each of the zones before the panel starts the fire indication in the panel itself. So here we have fire 1 in logical link with fire 2. Double activation on fire 1 makes fire in the panel on zone 1. Double activation on fire on zone 2 makes fire in zone 2. And when you have fire in both zones, then the panel starts the fire procedure on the display and on the fire outputs. In both panels we have detection of removed fire detector, but to take advantage of this removed fire detector functionality, you need diode base. The idea is that when the detector is mounted on the diode base, then the detector bypasses the diode, and you have forward and reverse current. While when you remove a detector, the forward current is continued through the diode, but the reverse current is discontinued from the diode. Meanwhile, all the detectors after the fault area are still operational. The 5100 and 5200 extinguishing panel and also the FS5000 panel can communicate with the repeater through the RS485 network. Also, these interfaces can be expanded with additional RS1 modules to the local Ethernet network of the building or the project site. Now we'll proceed with the next detailed presentation for each of the panels. In this presentation we will concentrate on the modularity of the panels. About the 5100 panel, we have two modules, including the base PCB. Maximum configuration is 8 fire lines, 2 fire monitor outputs, 5 dry contact outputs, and 1 fault dry contact output. This is how the panel looks like in full configuration with batteries and with modules. Here is the additional module for zones and outputs with ribbon cable connected. Here are the batteries, the power supply unit, and here are the interface modules, the RS Ethernet module or the RS232 RS485 module. Regarding the 5200 panel, we have basic PCB. These are the output additional boards, 5203 or 5204, and the fire zone modules, 5201, 5202. The maximum configuration of the 5200 panel is 32 zone. The minimum configuration is 8 zone. In the 5100, the minimum configuration is 2 zone. With the additional boards, you reach 8 zones maximum. In the 5200, you start from 8 zones and reach 32 zones. 2 monitored fire outputs, 18 dry contact outputs, and 1 fault dry contact output. This power supply board and RS232 RS485 interface board are the same for the 5100 and 5200 panel. The technical parameters of the panels: the maximum number of detectors in the panel are 32. The 5100 configurations are 2, 5 or 8 zones, depending on the number of the modules in the panel. Dry contact for fire, dry contact for fall. The maximum current volt on the 5100 is 1.3 ampere hours. The maximum size of the backup batteries is 7 ampere hours. With these backup batteries you cover 32 hours of operation on battery or with maximum configuration, or 68 hours of operation with minimum configuration. About the 5200 panel, you have 8, 16, 24 or 32 zones, maximum of 32 detectors per zone, and number of monitor outputs 1 or 2, with dry contacts for fire and for fault. Like in the FS4000 panel, the dry contact is limited to 125 volts AC volt, and the maximum power load from the 5200 is 1.5 amps. Now we will proceed with the demonstration on the panels. This is the 5100 panel, this is the 5200 panel. Here is the 1-row display, here is the 4-row display we discussed already. The control buttons and indications of the panel, also the zone indication on the 5100, and the control buttons and indications on the 5200. These are the access level 1, access level 2 keys, switch, according to the N54 part 2. In these configurations we have detectors and manual call points connected to the zones of the panels, and remote indicators, LED remote indicator and beeper remote indicator. Now I will open the front center of the panel. Mechanical differences: in the 5100 the backup batteries are on the top side, in the 5200 on the bottom side. Here the maximum capacity is 12 ampere hours. Here the maximum capacity in the 5100 is 7 ampere hours. These are the power supply boards. They are connected to the main board with ribbon cable. About the interface modules, here is connected the interface module for PC and for network operation with the repeater. In the 5200, in the 5100, the network interface module is connected here on the basic PCB. This is the basic PCB of the 5100, and here is the basic PCB of the 5200. To this basic PCB are connected the LED and display indication board on both of the panels, here with ribbon cables, and with additional ribbon cable are connected the additional modules of the panel. In the 5100 the additional module is also located on the right side in the cabinet, while on the 5200 we have module with 8 zones in this area, and in this area we situate the modules with dry contact outputs. So here we have 8 zones on the basic configuration. With additional board we have 16 zones. If we need more than 16 zones, then we put additional board on the right side and we expand to 24 zones. If we need more than 24 zones to 32 zones, we put additional board over the right side situated module. In the 5100 basic board, here we don't have additional boards. Here we have the 2 zones, 2 fire zones and 2 monitor outputs and dry contacts. If we need more than 2 zones, we connect additional board with 3 zones or additional board with 5 zones. With 6 zones. In this way we received 8 zone panel or 5 zone panel, depending on the additional board. In the instruction manual of the panels, we have table with possible configuration depending on the type of the modules. Now we will focus on the menu of this panel, 5100. In this menu, from system functions, you can set up the logical end of zones. Now, if I trigger from system functions, I go to adjustment, password is 000, line 1, number of checks you can see, also removed fire detector, on or off, time between fire phase 1, fire phase 2 delay on the outputs, current level 12 milliamps for fire 1, 40 milliamps for fire 2, short circuit 70 milliamps. Each of these levels can be set up. Current level for open line, logical end with zone 2. Here we can check if zone 1 or zone 2. I will choose zone 2, and now my zone 1 is in logical end with zone 2. Now I will activate detector on zone. You see now the double check, the detector is let on, but additional activation is required. Now we have indication for fire in zone 1, but no fire message or activated outputs on the panel itself, and also the beeper indicator for pre-alarm. If we activate the second detector, to this detector we have connected remote indicator for sound. You can refer now also fire from line 2, and now the panel is in fire on both zones in logical end, and we have the countdown functionality. So in this example you saw the double knock operation on each zone and logical end independent operation. If we have access level 1, then we cannot reset the fire. I stop the beeper, but this sounder I cannot stop until I reset the detector. On fire level 2, I can suppress the outputs or go to fire 2 and then reset the fire. My fire zone 1 was reset. Now on the display I have fire zone 2. When I press again reset, also fire zone 2 is reset to normal mode. Now I will proceed to fire activation of the other panel. I will activate more detectors in order to recognize how more than one fire is displayed on the panel. I will also trigger a manual call point. So you can see now fire 2 from line 10, fire 1 from line 11, this is line 11. If I make third fire, this area here is for the text message of the zone, but now it is blank because I have not programmed names in my example configuration. On the beeper, the outputs that are programmed for line 10 are activated. In line 1 we have countdown delay between fire 1 and fire 2 stage. This is the output delay. Now I will activate the other manual call point in order to make the third fire. You see now fire in line 9, and the last fire is displayed on the panel. If I put the up and down arrow, you can browse the events on the panel. On access level 1 I cannot operate with these buttons, but on access level 2 you can suppress the sounders or activate the outputs, and you can reset the fire one by one. I will reset now my manual call points. These were the basic demonstration of the panels. For further questions we can discuss by email or online. Thank you.